My name is Lindsey Bateman, and for my behavior modification project, my topic was to improve my eating habits. I typically eat very healthy foods, however, with my size and the amount of intense physical activity I participate in daily, I do not eat nearly enough calories. I also don't eat enough foods that contain protein to help provide and sustain energy required for my daily activities. At home before college, I'd eat at least 3 meals a day, and eating breakfast is super important to energize you for the day. And also, eating a small meal every 2 to 3 hours is proven to keep you going throughout the day and to help your metabolism. It's also important to eat enough during the day to prevent overeating at night, which makes your metabolism worse. Throughout the day, I rarely would eat breakfast because of my early class schedule, and having 4 classes in a row, I'd barely eat lunch during the week. Sometimes I would just eat a snack before practice and then eat a huge dinner at night, which affects your metabolism in a negative way. And even though I eat healthy during dinner, I do not consume enough calories that my body requires after working out. So I was really fatigued and would be slow during practice. And sometimes I would feel sick as well because I didn't have a lot of food in my stomach. I also ate fruits and vegetables a lot and ate whole grains, but not eating any carbohydrates or proteins was not good for my body because proteins are vital for storing energy to be used later. And so making this change I knew would positively affect my life because it'll affect my overall health, because having a healthy diet is very important as a student athlete because you need to get into the habit of eating healthy and taking care of your body so you can perform well. And so if I do that, I knew I would be able to use my body at its full potential when playing lacrosse and working out. Also, I knew it would help me stay on a better schedule to try to eat 3 meals consistently with small food in between. And this will keep me from eating a larger meal later in the day and will boost my metabolism as well as I'm eating a more balanced diet throughout the day and allow my body to use those calories consistently. I had a few goals with this project. I knew I would struggle with this behavior modification, and I didn't even expect to succeed consistently. So I made a few goals in order to keep myself motivated and focused on trying my best with this change. First of all, I wanted to overall just feel better mentally and physically because having a healthy diet is good for your mental health as well as your actual health, because eating healthy gives you more energy to do the things that you like to do and also the things you have to get done. And so having a healthy diet allows you to utilize your full potential to help you succeed because it keeps you motivated and focused. I also wanted to make sure that I eat enough calories so I could sustain energy throughout my day and be successful in the classroom and on the field. I also wanted to boost my metabolism because it's good for your health. It's also important to have it at a young age and to stay in good shape for when you get older. And having a better metabolism allows you to stay in shape easier and lose weight faster. It gives you more energy and allows you to work out longer and gain more muscle endurance and cardiovascular endurance. Also, having a good metabolism would just allow me to perform better and stay more awake and alert during classes. For my modification project, I consulted with a nutritionist. I talked to a lady named Veronique Bullinger, and she gave me some information about what I should be eating and based on my height and weight and intense physical activity. And she said that I needed more calories than the typical female because normal females need about 1,800 to 2,000 calories, but I needed 2,400 calories. And she said that my diet should be consisting of 15% proteins, 30% lipids, and 55% carbohydrates, which is very different from a regular diet. She said that I should eat more protein to maintain my muscle endurance, and she said not eating enough can cause injury because proteins reconstruct muscles after intense exercise. She said my body needed 3 macronutrients that were important, and those are proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates, and they're important to be used all day to keep your body from getting fatigued during exercise. So I used that information to make sure I was eating enough calories for my body type and activity type, and it ended up helping me in the long run. At the beginning of the project, the first 2 weeks were unsuccessful because I didn't really make it a priority to have a healthy diet. I was barely eating 3 meals a day, and I wasn't eating enough protein. But then towards the end of it, I ended up making it a priority to stay healthy and make sure I was eating enough, and I ended up having a lot more energy for my sport and to just stay alert during classes and during long days. And towards the end, I ended up just feeling a lot healthier and a lot more positive about my experience. If I could do it differently, I would have been more focused on my goals from the get-go, and I would have made my diet a priority, because in order to succeed, you have to stay strong and healthy. And so in order to do that, you have to have a good diet. And I'm going to continue this behavior after this project.